like to share a thought with you today about the blame game. Have you ever played the blame game? It seems to be quite a fun game when you're actually doing it, but really, I don't think it's productive. I just went through a hard time with Christian womanhood. You're not going to believe it, but somebody recommended I start mailing the magazine out media. I don't really take I don't sell books and advertisements in the magazine. That's one of the reasons why you don't use media for magazines. But anyway, I did, in the post office I'm at, evidently opened them up and looked at the magazine and saw two things that I put in there about pushing other ministries, and they took that as ads, and they charged me the normal amount, and all my distributors are going to have to pay to get their magazines, $7, $8, $6. It's all different amounts, but it made me feel stupid. You ever have something you do and you think, oh, and then it affects so many people, and I feel bad about that. And anyway, so I started blaming the post office here where I am currently, and I thought, and then when that didn't give me any satisfaction, I started looking at the people that wanted me to do that. I started thinking all these reasons why, and then I thought, that is stupid. And really and truly, the blame game, the only reason we do that is to make ourselves look good and feel better. It's not productive. And my son Joe was at a church recently and heard this sermon and heard a portion of scripture preached on that talks about the blame game, and the preacher pointed out something that I had never heard before and never thought of before, really. So I'd like to share that thought with you from Genesis chapter 40, verses 12 through 15. And Joseph said unto him, this is the interpretation of it, the 3 branches are 3 days, yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head and restore thee unto thy place, and thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former manner when thou wast his butler. Now that's a familiar story. We all know when Joseph was the head of the prison, and Potiphar had put him in there because of his wife, and we all know that he interpreted 2 dreams, one good, one bad, and when he told the good one to the guy, he said, but think on me when it shall be well with thee, and show kindness, I pray thee, unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house. Well, I remember that, no problem, but then the second part of this, verse 15, is what I didn't notice until the pastor pointed it out. He said, for indeed I was stolen away out of the land of the Hebrews, and here also have I done nothing that they should put me into the dungeon. Well, he didn't explain. He didn't specifically give blame to his brothers lying and putting him in here. I mean, he could have waxed eloquently and said the negative about what his brothers did to get him in the land as a slave. And then he could have really waxed eloquently about that wife who falsely accused him, but he didn't say anything. And I was convicted by that. And I thought, why did Joseph not bother playing the blame game? Well, of course, we see it further down in Genesis when he tells his brother, after his dad's gone to heaven, he tells his brothers, you meant it unto evil, but God meant it unto good, because he trusted God. Wow. So of course, then, I thought in my mind, the thing I'd like to challenge all of you all is, instead of playing the blame game, let's trust God. Psalm 13:5, but I have trusted in thy mercy, my heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. Psalm 33:21, for our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Trusted. I need a lot of trust right now. When you make mistakes, when you feel like you look stupid, when you feel like everybody's disappointed in you, whatever it is, you just trust God that he's going to take care of it. That blame game might be fun for a season, but can I assure you that it makes you look bad, and it sure makes God look bad that you're walking around talking bad about other people. Joseph, he passed on the blame game, and I'd like to encourage all of you to do so also. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.